Hi everyone, how are you doing? I'm back and my reading is for Bashar al-Assad, the ruler of Syria, and I've had this cup for almost a week now and I never got around to reading it, so I will do that cup on him and I will do a tarot reading on him. But before I start, I just wanted to do a reading on a few other requests from some of my viewers and also to rant a little. Do a little Seinfeld, George Costanza kind of rant. Have you noticed that people are saying make a deal, make a deal, make a deal when they mean treaties and contracts? Do you remember in 3rd and 4th grade when you were learning about treaties? Everyone said treaties. All of a sudden that Trump is in the news, everyone's talking about deals. Treaties are now deals. Okay, they're no longer treaties. They're no longer compromises. To be disillusioned is no longer disillusionment, is now a nothing burger. It's like he's making everyone on TV stupider and more annoying. They're not using the proper words, the lexicon. He's changed everything and made everything worse and made everyone just that you would listen to and rely on for the news sound like morons. Everyone's copying him. What is this? It's really annoying. Sorry, I just wanted to vent about that. Even I've said deals. Oh my god, I've been like brainwashed by the freaking news and listening to him over and over with deals and deals and deals. It's like I'm not going to Sam Goody in the 80s or 90s. We're talking about serious contracts, things to bring about peace and economic change in the world. They should be called treaties, not freaking deals, you moron. I'm sorry, that guy's annoying me every day more and more. He's even more disgusting. Did you hear today that over 200 and something ISIS prisoners escaped, along with about 400 and something of their family members that were also linked? They escaped the camps or the jails in Syria. And then he said, oh, they're going back to their homes in Europe. What? What in the world? It's like he doesn't care what they do to us. He doesn't care. He's not affected by it. He's safe and sound with the Secret Service now for the rest of his life. And money to run away. They have a ranch in Wyoming in the middle of nowhere. I have family in New York City. Almost my entire family lives in New York City. Where do you think these people are going to go to first? They're not going to go to Missouri, where everybody backs Trump. They're not going to go to Wyoming, where everyone's licking his nasty behind over there. Not everybody. Those people like that are his supporters no matter what he does. And I met a lot of people in Wyoming that are very like anti-Trump, but most of the people there, they're misled because they've never been affected by this guy. This is a guy, when 9/11 happened, he said that now his building was the tallest. That was his first thought. No sadness, no tears. Oh, now my building's the tallest. It's disgusting. Anyway, I'm really upset because I've been watching the news. I've been cleaning and I've been doing this and I've had people over and I've been cooking. So I've had the news in the background. I've put YouTube on, or I put NPR and or a podcast, and I listen to while I'm doing chores and things like that. And I'm like, oh, I'm just so annoyed. Anyhow, that was my rant, guys. So let's get into the reading now. Okay, so the first reader's request that I'm going to do is for Shockwaves. And Shockwaves wanted to know if Scotland, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland would one day work together to make the UK, that area of the world, a better place. Whoa. Let's see. Will Scotland, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland work together to make the UK, that area of the world, a better place? Will they unite one day? Will they one day unite? Will they come to an accordance? Our brothers and sisters in that area feel as if the people in charge, as if the politicians that are in charge are not working for the people's best interest, for the unification, for the healing. Sacred Spirit, please guide us and tell us if this will change, if they will unite. Please tell us, Sacred Spirit, will this change? Will they unite? Will there be a unification for the betterment of the society there? Currently, there's too much corruption and isolation. Again, remember how I told you the Celtic cross? That's not the outcome. That's just telling me, giving me a little bit of a current situation. And I'm going to do an old school Celtic cross. This covers it. Death. Oh my, I didn't know things were that bad over there. Well, maybe this could mean... Well, let's keep going. This covers it, the end. Could it be the end of corruption? Well, there's two bad cards, back-to-back major arcanas. That's not good. Let's see. So, for the time being, they're stuck in perpetual loss. This crowns them. It is the best that they can arrive at. Yay! That's deep in their hearts. That's what they want. So that's good. I mean, right now they're beefing. But, okay. So let's see. This is beneath them, what they have to work with, and is their own. Yes! Another working together card. The Three of Pentacles. So the Hermit is looking away from here. So this is the current past. In their past, everyone's trying to hold on to their own interest, to their own... It could even be geography. They might feel threatened geographically, or might have felt threatened geographically, but also their money. They feel like England... Okay, so Scotland may feel like the rest of England is just working for themselves only at the expense of Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland as well. So each of them feels like, I've been screwed in the past before, and it's hard for me to trust you. And I'm going to hold on to whatever it is I can, not to be sunk anymore by you. And in the upcoming future, soon, this is what will come. So enemies at the gate. So I'm sorry guys, I don't mean to be negative, but again, this is not the outcome. This is just in the recent future, or not recent, but in the, I don't even know how would I word this, not like in the end what's gonna happen, but, and even the end, I mean, paths change, so even that could change. But in the upcoming recent days, weeks, months, there will remain some sort of animosity. And this is their essence. Okay, so even though they don't get along, and even though that they've had many problems, you know what? There are, all over the world, there are people that are extremely poor. It's not just in Scotland, England, Wales, Northern Ireland. It's everywhere. Even in the United States, we have a terrible homeless problem. So, but we are the countries that are in the best position in the world when it comes to our citizens. I mean, even if a homeless person gets sick, they get taken to the hospital and they get treated. Okay? So we're still in a good position. Okay, so this is like, so the Rider-Waite describes this as like Alexander the Great looking away. So whenever it's like this, it's basically you're homebound, you're stuck, but it's still a great card. It's still a very good card. So even though we may not get along, it's not affecting us tremendously to the point of a brink of war or civil unrest or, total economic collapse. We're not terribly desolated. And then here we have, in the environment, the government upside down. There will need to be a turn of the government in order to make it right side up. It's gonna take a long time, you guys. I don't see how the government will be, especially the government, all the political uncertainty that's going on now. Okay, hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. Inertia. That they'll be stuck, perpetually stuck. And what will come? Oh no. That's not good. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about this card. This is a bad card. The Five of Pentacles. But I've gotten the Five of Pentacles when I've made readings for myself. I remember one time I was laid off. And I remember having this great job and I was very happy with it. And I kept getting this card and I remember being laid off. And it was horrible, a horrible experience. But in the end, it was one of the best things to ever happen to me. I got the job of my career. I was so happy with the job. I got to travel all over Europe and all over different places. And I met wonderful people. And if I had not gotten laid off from that other job, I'd have never had that opportunity. So, okay, so even though this person is sick and is on stilts and his leg is wounded and they're out in the snow, this person is not wounded. This person is leading them, and he's not alone and she's not alone. They have each other. And they're passing by, it looks like a church. It kind of looks like a synagogue to me. And they're like going in there. And there's light in there, and they're going to get healed. There's going to be a change. It's like falling, but getting up again, eventually. So for the time being, unfortunately, with everything that's going on, things will remain the same. And it seems like there's a lot of rancor from the past there. Yep, there's a lot of rancor from the past. It's terrible. I will continue to do more readings on that. So for the time being, it doesn't look terrible though. These are good cards right here. You know, just like a hiccup. Kind of, you have the ability to succeed. Right now you're stagnant. People around you are not working with you. And you're going to have to suffer some more for a while. It's not the Tower. It's not the Death card here. It's not the Five of Swords. What else? You know, it's not bad. Usually this card comes out for everybody. We all have ups and downs. Okay, shockwaves. I'm sorry. I will continue to do more readings on everything you've asked. I find your suggestions really interesting. Very, very interesting. To us here in America and to many people around the world, we don't understand the suffering of the people of Scotland and Northern Ireland. This is, and how they've managed, even with all this injustice and rancor that they have had for hundreds and hundreds of years, even thousands of years between them, to actually live peacefully now. We can learn so much from them, and they're still working. And you know, that's the light at the end of the tunnel, that they're still working, and their citizens, like Shockwaves, is still asking, are we going to keep? I mean, that alone shows that the path will, to me, that the path will be cleared. And I'm getting chills as I'm saying that. So whenever I get chills, guys, it's like, what's her name? I know I called her Tarot Warrior, but it's Truth Warrior. That girl, I knew she was the real deal when she said the chills things. The chills things is so real. My mom gets the chills. Sorry, I was saying I hit the I was gesticulating too much and I hit the space bar and I stopped the video. I'm Latin. If we don't gesticulate, we will have a conniption fit. But yeah, so like I was saying, the Truth Warrior, like my mom gets the chills, my aunt gets the chills, I got the chills, and I just found out recently because I told my mom, you know, when I do the Taza, when I do the cup for people and I don't get the chills, I know that the cup is not valid. And she goes, oh, I get that too. I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, I get that too. So just the fact that back to the Scottish people and the people from England and Northern Ireland, Wales, that they care, that in itself is a wonderful sign. And I will do another reading on that after, well, at some point this week. I'll do another reading on that and see. And I hope I remember. I'll look back on my video. So the last card was the Five of Pentacles. So, okay, so I'll start with that. Okay, and then now I need to do a reading on the primary candidates, and I'll post that later. But for now, let me do that reading on the ruler of Syria, Bashar al-Assad reading. Bashar al-Assad, born September 11, 1965, in Damascus, Syria. Sacred Spirit, please guide us. Please guide us. Tell us about this man. This man who has caused so much bloodshed, so much loss of life in Syria. The people of Syria are our brothers and sisters as well. And we want answers. We want answers. Tell us about Bashar al-Assad, president of Syria. Tell us about him and what will happen. Tell us about him and what will happen. Bashar al-Assad, September 11, 1965. Tell us about him and what will come, what will happen. Third, one more time, guys. Bashar al-Assad, September 11, 1965. What will come, what will happen. Bashar al-Assad. Okay, so he may be thinking about reaching out to other people. I think that the situation has gotten out of his control. What? Okay, that makes perfect sense according to the Cub. Okay, this covers him. Okay, it feels like the situation is that something new needs to be brought forward in order to change. This is a good card. It could mean that you're stuck as well. And since it's next to the Hermit, the major arcanas dictate the meanings of the lesser arcanas, guys. That's another little trick that I learned. These are his obstacles. Okay, he's running out of money. His prestige is running out. His money's running out. And here I thought maybe he is. Maybe he does have a conscience. Maybe he is conscientious. He's running out of riches. And even people around him. This is in complete sync with the Cup, you guys. And the people closest to him are turning their backs on him. This crowns him. It is the best that it can arrive at. Wheel of Fortune, money upside down. I know a lot of people think this is change. He's worried about his money. He's running out of money. Wow, this is how I say, you know how people say money's the root of all evil? I don't agree with that. Money can be the chokehold on mother foes. You know, if you're running out of money, no matter how bad you are, it'll bend you to your knees. Okay, and this is what he has to work with, and this is his own. He doesn't have any pentacles to collect. This is just like the Trump Cup. Oh my God. Okay, this is in his past. He's unable to control all those around him. And this is in the upcoming few days, weeks, months. King of Swords. Another guy's gonna come in smarter, more educated, better equipped. Who is this man? Let's keep that in mind. Does he have a challenger? Is there someone that it's... Oh my. I think another guy's gonna oppose him. Okay, wow, okay. So this is his essence. He's looking out of Syria. He's looking to expand because he has nothing there now. He's turning his back on Syria. He wants this to end, you guys. He wants it to be over. This is the environment. No one wants to work with him. People are turning their backs on him. Again. Hopes and fears that he won't be able to hold on to the little bit of money that he has. And the outcome, King of Wands, a crazy motherfucker, and I think that's Trump. His wild card. Okay, so Trump is going to be like in disagreement with him somehow. So that's what, okay, great. Now let's get to the cup. Thank you, Sacred Spirit. Oh my God. Amazing. That was amazing. Here's the cup on him. Remember how I said the handle's the soonest? This is a couple. His wife, he only has his wife now. Everyone around him has turned their backs on him. There's another guy, and I think this is Putin. They come out separated, and this is a man that is dealing with weapons. Is a white male of short stature, and that's why I think it's Putin, from another country, a foreigner. And I think Putin has bugged Bashar's, al-Assad's home, offices, everything. I now learned that when I see a spiky thing on the bottom like that, that means it's been bugged. So Putin has been bugging Bashar's home and office, and the only person that is with him now is his wife. Behind Putin also bugged al-Bashar's, I think this is his sister, because it's an older woman. I'm not saying like she's elderly, but she's just older, you know, she's between 40 to 60 years old. She's still young, but she's not, you know, a teenager. She's not in her 20s or 30s. And she's also been bugged by Putin. Now, his sister is very upset, and she's thinking, now this back here, she's thinking about her, I don't know if her mother is dead, but let me check, is the mother dead? I'll check later. Anyway, it seems to me like the father is dead, and she's thinking, what will our parents think if they knew what Bashar has been doing? She's completely against her brother, guys. She's even thinking of leaving the country. She's thinking of leaving. She doesn't want to be there at all. If she's there, I don't know where she is, but here it comes out like she doesn't want anything to do with Syria. She's afraid for her life, and she's taking with her the little bit of money that she has. I mean, what they consider a little bit of money, we would consider winning the lottery, so I don't know. She's considering, they have lost an insane amount of wealth they have already lost. Okay, so she's thinking of leaving, and she also finds it morally repulsive. And here we have a military man turning his back on Bashar al-Assad. Now, it could be the man that we saw on the tarot cards. At one point, this man was loyal and a good friend of his. A very honest, honorable man, a good friend of his, turning his back on him, moving away. Here we see, this is bombing from a plane. You see the smoke, the black. Oh, there I go, not looking at the screen again. I get so into the cup that I forget to look at the screen. Okay, sorry, just to go back. So here's the military man. You see the hat, like a military hat, and his legs are a little like, I don't know. There's a way that you could tell if they're military guys. Usually the hat, or if they have boots and like a tight belt in the middle, that's usually like military, because they have like something, a holster to hold their guns, and it kind of comes out. This guy, I don't see that, so he's probably a higher up military man. I just see him with a decorated military uniform with the hat. And then here you have bombings coming from planes with smoke. You see the black here? Smoke. And then you have the Bashar al-Assad. Eventually he will be talking to Trump. There's a lot of bloodshed, a lot of bombs. I think, now hold on. Let me just take a look at this. Hmm. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out on the cup. This is a new thing that I'm doing. Like I said on one of my earlier videos that I had never done political readings before. So my main, I don't know if I even want to, like my goal is maybe one day to be able to help people find their lost family members and their, so if someone's lost at sea, that I can help people find them. That kind of thing, or like if someone's lost in the wood, like I could help them find. That's why I'm trying to learn to read the cup even better. And so then one of the things that I see here is different seas. Different seas. So I see that this war could reach the Persian Gulf. Okay, not just the Gulf of Oman, the Gulf of Aden, the Red Sea. I see that as well. But also, believe it or not, I'm going to go on a limb here and say even the Mediterranean Sea, the Caspian Sea, and perhaps even the Black Sea. This war will reach that far and wide. Okay. This war will reach that far and wide. And here, bloodshed, you see all those? Well, let me just show you something right here, down here. Put it this way. That's how I see it. An extreme amount, an insane amount of bloodshed, innocent blood, civilian blood shed. We already know that, but there's even going to be more bloodshed. It's going to get to the point that his own people, Bashar, what's his name again? Bashar al-Assad's people are going to turn against him, even his own family members, with the exception of his wife, his closest military alliance. They're going to turn against him. He's going to have nothing left, or very little left, of what he came in with regards to wealth. His wealth will decline rapidly. And he will be forced to talk to pay Trump. And this is one of the reasons that I think Donald Trump is not going to be impeached right away, and that he's going to be there for a few months. And I know whenever I say that, I get people unsubscribing, people upset at me, telling me comments. You guys, I'm telling you what I see. And have I been wrong on my predictions? Have I been wrong on my predictions? I'm going to do a little shout out to my predictions, not because of me. I don't care about me. I don't care if I'm wrong or right, but this is a family tradition for me, and I want to do right by my family. So I'm going to just, after I'm done with the Bashar al-Assad, I'm going to do a little shout out to all the predictions that I've said on the cup that have come true, and the tarot as well. So anyway, so here is Bashar al-Assad talking to Donald Trump. When they're talking, there's not going to be a ceasefire. When things are blowing up in the air, they're going to end up talking, and eventually there's going to be letters and messages sent back and forth. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4 world leaders, 3 men, even Mike Pompeo, and I think this may even be Mohammed bin Salman, because he always comes out strange looking. Like he comes out like an old lady with a robe. You know, like Total Recall lady. Remember the movie Total Recall? Like a giant woman, like an androgynous woman, like giant, with a big robe. So here he is, with like he has like a Tasmanian devil kind of body, like real thick on top and like thinner legs. So he comes out like that. And then you have another person, I think this could be Vlad, and then Mike Pompeo, and then you have a woman, I don't know who this woman is, maybe a world leader. I doubt it's Ivanka, because she comes out with a butt. She comes out with like this figure of like an amazing body, like J-Lo body, like a woman with a J-Lo body. And if it's Ivanka in the middle, trying to put herself in the middle so she could get, so other people could work, and then she could recollect the fame. Oh, I was involved in the Middle East treaty. She must have had a butt transplant. Like she must have put fake silicone butt on herself. But I wouldn't put it past her. Like have them work it all out, Putin them. And then she's like, "Oh, I was involved. I have experience. I'm like the best." So it could be, but So far, she doesn't look like the Ivanka. This is a woman with like a more voluptuous body. Like she has a butt. J-Lo. Basically, a woman that looks like J-Lo. A woman that looks like J-Lo will be involved. And they're going to travel to a remote area in the desert. You see the dunes here? 1, 2, 3. And it's a building. It's a large building there. I'm not talking skyscraper, but a big building. And again, more people involved, more people crying, lots of bloodshed. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different countries will be involved so far as I see in this. Leaders are going to be talking to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4 world leaders are like, what in the world is going on here? I wish I could curse right now. I don't want to because I have very nice viewers and I don't want to turn them off on my cursing, but I tend to curse. But anyway, here they are like, what the is going on with these mother foes? Like, what is going on? Things are getting worse and worse and worse. So they're going to have to call in, and his sister's going to be like, bitches, you don't even know this guy. I don't even trust this mother foe. And I grew up with him. And Putin's bugging him. But Putin's like, what? I don't know what this man is doing, but everybody's thinking he's a dumbass. Everyone is thinking he's a dumbass. Even those that backed him. Putin, his sister, his military friend dude. Everyone's like, this motherfucker needs help. He's too dumb. Let's get together. So that's what I see there. But before all that happens, there's going to be more war, more bloodshed. And it's going to involve many of the seas in that area. Thank you for listening. I will continue to do more readings. And all to you, a happy and wonderful Sunday.